Yarn and Needles, it's me, Lisa Odom, here with your beanie hat tutorial. This video may be a little lengthy, so it may have to be in 2 or maybe 3 parts until I can invest in a better recorder. But I'm going to try to move it along. So let's get started. You'll need your H hook, 5mm. You'll need scissors. You'll need a yarn needle. And you'll need your yarn. I got Red Heart Super Saver. It's worsted weight 4. And it's in carat. So let's get started. And the very first thing you want to do is to do a slip knot. Once you created your slip knot, you want to chain 5. Try not to make that too tight because you want to slip stitch into that later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to slip knot at your beginning chain. And so we're going to go through both of those 2 loops. Once you do that, yarn over your needle and pull through to create your slip knot. Now what we're going to do from here is we're going to chain 2. And this would be round 1. 1, and again make that second chain a little loose because you're going to slip stitch into it. 2, and then we're going to work 15 double crochets into the center of that ring that we've created. And I want to wrap this around there so that I don't have to fool with it a little later on when we finish the hat. So I'm going to hold it there and work around it as I go. The first stitch, yarn over, insert into that ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the other 2. That's your first double crochet stitch into the center of that ring. I'll do that one more time. Yarn over, insert into the center of that ring, yarn over, pull through, create 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 of those, leaving 2, yarn over, pull through the other 2. To make sure this video isn't long, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these stitches down into the center of here until we get to the 15th stitch, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so now we're at the 15th stitch that I need to do in here, so we're going to yarn over and complete this round. Insert into that ring, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the final 2. That completes that 15 in the center of that ring. And from here you want to slip stitch into the very top of that chain 2 that started your round. And you want to remember you always have to grab both loops when you're slip stitching into there. Once you've slip stitched, inserted your hook into there to slip stitch, you want to pull through and then pull through. That joins that round. So then your tail dangly yarn, in order to close that little centerpiece, so you won't have a hole at the top of your hat, we just want to pull on it. And it closes up your ring. So we're on round 2, and as with any round, we're going to chain 2, but I just want to go back just a little bit to make sure you understand you should have 16 stitches around there. So you should have 16. If you don't, you want to find out where you messed up and start over and do it. So round 2, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to start a repetitive stage. And what I mean by that, you're going to do the same thing all the way around this. And what that repetitive stage is into that very next stitch, you're going to do 2 double crochet. Yarn over, insert into that stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And we're going to go right back into that same stitch and do another one. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the final 2. And then into the very next chain, we're going to do 1 double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through. So that is what this repetitive stage all the way around here will be. So you'll go into the next stitch and do 2 double crochet, and then the next 1. And then the next stitch you'll do 2 double crochet, and into the next stitch you'll do 1. So I'll let you guys do that, and I'll go ahead and I'll complete my round, and I'll meet you back here. Now we're at the last stitch in that round, which is right there, and according to the sequence, I'm doing 2 double crochet into that last stitch. Yarn over, insert hook, pull through, yarn over, go right back into that stitch, pull through, pull through, pull through. And we're going to, at the end of every round, join at the top of our chain 2, remembering to grab both loops. Sometimes that's kind of hard. And that joins that round. And this is what your beanie should start looking like. So round 3, we want to chain 2, as we do with every round. And then we'll begin our next repetitive sequence, where we do 2 double crochet into the very next stitch, yarn over, insert hook into the chain, pull through, leave 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, leave 2, yarn over, pull through the final 2, and go directly back into that stitch. Yarn over, insert hook, pull through, leave 3, yarn over, pull through, leave 2, yarn over, pull through the final 2. And then our next part of that sequence is 1 double crochet in this chain and 1 double crochet in this, or stitch. 1 double crochet in this stitch and 1 double crochet in this stitch. So we'll go through, we'll insert into that next stitch, and then we'll go into the next stitch. And that's what our repetitive sequence will be all the way around. So you're going to go into the next one and do 2 double crochet into that stitch, and then 1 double crochet into that stitch, and 1 double crochet into the next. And we'll start the sequence over. 2 double crochet in that stitch, 1 double crochet in that one, and 1 double crochet into the next. So I'm going to complete this all the way around to the last stitch, and I'll meet you back there. Now we're at our last 2 stitches. I'm going to do 2 double crochet in there and 1 in there, and in case you notice, what the sequence starts to do is once you end that, it'll start your sequence. So you have 2, 1, and your chain 2 will be the other stitch. So 2 in there, going back into that, and and the last stitch will have 1. And again, we're going to join the round at the top of our chain 2, the beginning of the round, remembering to grab both loops. And we've completed round 3. So for round 3, you should have a total of 32 stitches around. So for round 4, we're going to chain 2 as always. 1, 2, and we'll start our next repetitive sequence, which is 2 double crochet into the next stitch, going back into that very stitch, we're going to insert the hook and do another double crochet, and then into the next 3 stitches you're going to do single crochet, double crochets. You're going to do 1 double crochet, another double crochet, and another double crochet. And that's what our sequence will be for this round. So into the next one, you'll do 2 double crochet. And then the next 3 stitches, you'll do 1 double crochet. So it'll be 1 double crochet here, 1 double crochet here, and 1 double crochet here. And we'll start the sequence again. 2 double crochet here, 1 double crochet here, 1 double crochet here, and 1 double crochet there. And we'll continue that all around the ring. And I'll meet you back here. So we're at our last stitch, and the 2 previous ones was 2 in there, 1 there, and our last one will have 1 double crochet. And to complete the sequence, our chain 2 made 3, and we're going to insert into the top of that chain 2 that started our round. Insert your hook in there and slip stitch those together, these rounds. And at the end of your round 4, you shall have a total of 40 stitches all the way around. Now, to start our chain, our round 5, we want to chain 2 as always. And then the next repetitive sequence we'll have is 2 double crochet into this stitch, and then into the next 4, 1 double crochet. So that's 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2 double crochet into this stitch. Go right back into that stitch. And then the next 4 stitches we'll do 1 double crochet. So what we did here was 2 double crochet into that stitch there, 1 double crochet in that one, 1 double crochet in that one, 1 double crochet in that one, and 1 double crochet in that one. So I'll complete this round and I'll meet you back here. Now we're at the end of our round, and we're going to do 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and 1 double crochet to join that round, to finish that round. So 1 in here, and do another one in here, and then single stitches in these. So 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet. Now last stitch, 1 double crochet, and then slip stitch into the top of your chain 2. And at the end of this round, we shall have a total of 48 stitches, and this is what it should look like. So this is the end of part 1 tutorial. Meet me for the next recording for part 2. Okay, this is part 2 of our adult basic crochet beanie, and we're at round 6. So for round 6, and again your beanie should start to be making a shape of a hat here. So at the top of round 6, you want to chain 2 as always. 1, 2, and here's the sequence for round 6. You want to double crochet 2 stitches into that. So 2 double crochets into this stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should all have 1 double crochet, and it should go like so. 1 double crochet into this stitch, and go right back into that stitch and do another double crochet. And then we'll do 1 double crochet in this stitch, we'll do 1 double crochet in this stitch, we'll do 1 double crochet into this stitch, we'll do 1 double crochet into this stitch, and in the 5th one we'll do another 1 double crochet. And that's what the repetitive sequence will be all the way around this round. So you'll do 2 double crochet into that stitch, 1 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 double crochet into that stitch, and 1 double crochet into that stitch. And we'll start again with 2 and then 1 into the next 5 stitches. I'll complete the round and I'll meet you back here. Now we're at the end of this round, and to complete it we have to put 2 double crochets into this stitch, 1 into the other 4, and this will make the 5th. Your chain 2 will make your 5th stitch. So we'll do our 2 in this stitch, that's 1 in there, we'll go right back into that same stitch, and we'll do 2 in there, and then 1 into the final stitches. And then to complete this round, we want to slip stitch into the top of that chain 2 as always. Inserting your hook under both loops, yarning over, pulling your yarn through, and we've completed round 6. And this is exactly how your hat should start to look now. As you can see, it's forming the base of your head, the crown of your head. That's how it should start looking. So we're on round 7. And as always, I'm sure you guys already know, but at the end of round 6, we should have had 56 stitches. So if you want to count that, you should have 56 stitches. So for round 7 through 14, we're going to do the same thing for each round, because what we're doing now is just making the length of the hat. So we're going to chain 2. And we're just going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around to the end. That's 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around to the end. So we'll go into that next stitch by yarning over, inserting into that stitch, pulling through, yarning over, pulling through. And this is what we're going to do into each stitch all the way around. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go all the way around, and I'll meet you back here. Now here we are at the last stitch that needs to be completed into round 7. And what we want to do is go in there and do our last double crochet. So yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the final 2. And just a tip for you, it's a little stitch there that's kind of tight, and that is the beginning of your chain 2. And if you're not careful, you sometimes think that that's a stitch to work into. You never want to do that, because if you do, it'll make your hat kind of warped looking, and you don't want that look. So let's join at the top of our chain 2 with a slip stitch, and what you want to do for rounds 8 through 14 is the exact same thing you did here. I'm going to go ahead and complete those, and I'll meet you back here. So I'm at the last stitch of round 14. So we're going to just do the last double crochet into that stitch, and then we'll slip stitch into the top of our chain 2, and then we'll do one more pull through. You'll take your scissors before you pull your hook out, and you want to leave a nice amount of string on there, and you want to cut it off. Then you just take your hook and pull your string all the way through, and then just tug on it to tighten it up just a little bit. And what we're going to do is take our yarn needle, and we're going to insert the yarn into that, and we're going to just kind of weave into the inside, which is the back of the beanie. You're just going to weave in and out of there, just so that we don't have a string dangling at the end and it just kind of looks incomplete. So we're just going to weave in and out of these stitches at the back. Just do it as many times as you think is necessary. I'll do it a few more times because it makes your hat look a little more finished, and I like things to look like you could have bought them at the store, but also have that homemade feel to it. Just going to go back a little bit here, and then I'll kind of weave a little more down through there. And you want to go and try to make a straight line so you can just leave your yarn just laying down through there. So I'm just going to go kind of down through some of those stitches down through there. And once I've done that, I'll just clip that off of there. Also, if you didn't yarn over this tail down there, you want to weave that in as well. But since I did, there's no need for me to do that. And we have completed our beanie. Here it is, you guys. This is what it looks like. You've completed your first adult beanie. Let me put this on. That's how it looks. It's a little snug to your head, but that's what a beanie looks like. And you have just done that. You've created your own beanie. That's how a beanie looks. Now what I'm going to do is show you something that I wanted to do for my particular hat. So I'll meet you back here. What I'm going to do is I chained 150 stitches, and what I'm going to do is just weave it in and out and make a bow in my hat. So you go through one stitch, up and in and out, and you'll just keep doing that until you're done. So here's the finished product with a bow in it. Thanks for watching, and remember to smile because it's always in style.